Good day, everyone. Ascended Masters of the Golden Age. It is the 26th. It is Tuesday, January 2021. And I'm making this very special video and sharing this information with you because many of us, especially forerunners and first wavers, we have reached this point in this whole awakening ascension of the Golden Age. We've reached this it's like a wall, but not necessarily. I'm going to try to put it into words. I'm just really exhausted. Got home almost midnight last night from work. I'm very tired, but I really wanted to share this message with everyone. Hope I'm talking loud enough. My mic blew out. I'm not going to buy a new one. Any which ways. So the message I want to share is a message I received from the Holy Spirit because of how I was feeling. And it was not just me. It's not just feeling. It's everything I was experiencing. It was just everything was coming to a head, has come to a head. Let's put it that way. Last Friday, when we hit that 6,000 on the Schumann, I literally was burnt crispy from the inside out. And I was at work while I was dealing with it. And I ended up leaving work 2 hours early because it was just too much for my body. I couldn't even function. I couldn't see out of my left eye because it always goes, the energy always comes through my left, goes in through my left, up and around like that. And I ground the energy. So I couldn't even function. It's still painful. I'm still having issues with the eye. It takes a while to clear up when I'm hit. I've never been hit with anything that hard before. And it fried my circuits. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I just can't anymore because honestly, I did not even know if I was going to wake up the next morning. I really didn't. I thought I stroked out. That's how intense it was. And I've been in conversation with Spirit. When I say Spirit, I mean the Holy Spirit. I've been in conversation with Spirit for the past couple of days, and a lot has been revealed to me. And then yesterday, between those hours of 2 to 5 in the morning, I was in deep meditation and conversation with Spirit. And then I received this. I will show it to you guys. White tiger. And then Spirit said to me, follow the white tiger. And I'm like, what the heck does follow the white tiger mean? Okay. I'm going to tell you what follow the white tiger means. Now, I'm sharing this with you. Many first wavers, some second wavers, and forerunners, you'll understand where I'm coming from when I say this, but I know the newbies, you'll be a bit confused, and that's fine. You can come back later and you'll understand this later on, okay? It's just not time for you to understand it yet. I'm not going to give any explanations whatsoever. I'm not going to answer questions. And if it resonates with you, it simply resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It might later, okay? So Spirit had the white tiger energy come to me, the spirit animal, white tiger medicine come to me. And then I finally got to read what the white tiger medicine was all about. White tiger medicine, when the spirit of the white tiger comes to you, it comes to you to bring you this energy. Divine personal truth, strength through conviction, uniqueness, individuality, shadow, light, and dark power. Strength through conviction. So I'll put this link in the description so you guys can read it. I'm not going to read it fully because quite frankly, my eye is still bugging out. It's difficult for me. But if you really want it, you'll read it. If it's meant for you, you'll actually go read it. That's part of it. So this white tiger energy, spirit, as in the form of white tiger spirit medicine, came to me, was given to me by the Holy Spirit. And it was very intense, to say the least. I even put it as a screensaver on my phone. And the way I meditated with it, and you meditate with it however you're called to meditate with it, okay? I'm not going to make a meditation of it. If it's meant for you, again, it's meant for you. I meditated with it just by looking at it and just looking into its eyes for 88 count, okay? Do whatever Spirit calls you to do. whether it's white tiger or whatever spirit medicine, animal spirit energy medicine comes to you, right? Just ask. So the reason why I was in this great flux is just looking at it's making me hot and sweaty. Just looking at me, I'm like, oh my God, it's still and so intense, was because I felt after being fried like that with that energy, grounding in that crazy energy on Friday that started Thursday into Friday, I felt like that was it. There was nothing left for me to ground, nothing left for me to do as a light worker. And I totally know I completed my stint as a light warrior. Okay, not every light worker is a light warrior. If I have to explain it, I'm not going to explain it. Go back to my other videos, whatever left, whatever YouTube didn't take down yet. If you need understanding on that. But that whole light warrior thing of fighting the ethereal and also fighting in the physical, this war and battle is won. It is the battle itself. The war has been won for a while, but we had this last final battle that we're dealing with for the truth to be exposed, to wake up as many as possible. As a light warrior, that battle has been won. This final battle is won in the ethereal. Now it must manifest in the material. But as a light warrior and light worker, I've done my part. I've done my stint. Contract has been completed. And again, it's not just this lifetime. We've been at this for many, many, many lifetimes. Since the fall of Atlantis, we have been at this ascension of Earth. Okay? And to get the souls, the children of man to ascend. Those of us who are masters and forerunners, first wavers, forerunners, we've been at this since the fall of Atlantis. All right? Trying to bring everything back. We're worn out. Okay, we've completed our I know I have, and many of you, from what I've heard, are coming to that conclusion that, hey, this is done. So it is done on my account. So now it's time for me to reap the fruits of my benefits. And I'm not talking nickel and diming. Have I reaped some fruits here and there? I sure have. But now it's time for fulfillment. Now is the time for fulfillment. But what Spirit told me, and using the white tiger medicine, is to stand my ground as a master to say, hey, Alliance, Galactic Federation, Yeshua, God, Holy Spirit, I'm done. I've completed what I have set out to do. That's if you are. I'm not putting words or thoughts in anyone's mind. Some people, and it dawned upon me having a conversation with a friend that this is the time where we are at that time where some light workers and light warriors will stay behind in 3D, 4D, lower 4D to help those who are lingering behind. Some will make that choice. I thought that was what we were doing, but Spirit showed me no. It's actually, they're going to be the ones, the light workers and light warriors, they're going, even after the bifurcation, after higher earth and lower earth completely separate, they're going to be in lower earth. They're going to choose to stay in lower earth to nurse, I was told, to nurse those in lower earth who choose that. So that's one choice. Another choice is those light workers and light warriors who've chosen to run the Martyr Program. I am not one of those. Not at all. I have no desire to run the Martyr Program. And unless you make that known to the universe that, hey, I'm done, I'm completed, I'm burnt out, thank you. Now it's time for me to build my micro, which is what I'm going into, to totally dive into building my micro as the macro of New Earth takes form, however long that's going to take. As I build my micro, it will fit into where it's going to fit into the micro. I hope I'm making sense. It's like, here is the macro forming, and here's my micro, and it will merge and it'll fit in where it's supposed to fit in. So that's where I'm going now. And I know many forerunners and first wavers, that's where, and even early second wavers, that's the stage we're entering to now. Okay? So when it comes to grounding and energy, I'm done. I fried all my circuits, literally fried all my circuits on that, done on that. I'm not a Sherpa anymore. Eventually the Sherpa reaches the mountaintop. I have reached the mountaintop. The path has been laid. Follow it if you will. I know my 2018 videos are gone. The majority of my 2019 videos are gone. They started working on dropping some of my 2020 videos. But the link to my blog is still there, Divine Young Souls. That's why it's called that. It takes you back all the way to 2012. I started that blog a long time ago. So the blog is still there for those who still need that type of coaching, that type of, coaching, basically, that guidance, I should say. So that is done. I am totally done as a Sherpa, and I will no longer will be doing sessions on my channel, on my website, Higher Realm Holistics. I'll still be there because I have a ton of webinars. They're like $11. Webinars and meditation, 11 bucks, 22 bucks, 33 bucks. Okay. For a lot of work that you can do for yourself to take you from point A to all the way to point Z. Okay. All of it's there for you. So hopefully they won't start disappearing, those, God willing, but that work is all there for you. But as for me, I'm completely done with that. And I have to be for my own well-being. I must be for my own well-being. Also, something I really took up with Source, with Father, Mother, God. I went before Father, Mother, God, Source Creator, Yeshua, and Holy Spirit, Galactic Federation, and Alliance. I went before, I called them all, and I even put it in writing. And I suggest you put it in writing also. I put it in writing this morning, but last night and this morning, last night, it was crazy. If somebody would have called a code on me if they saw me in the garage, which I end up parking all the way on top, and I don't leave till like midnight. So I was there all alone. So it was a good spot to scream out to the skies and talk the spirit out there. Gathered them all, and I said, I'm fried. I'm done. I've completed my contract. I'm not about being a martyr. Never wanted to be. So Spirit guided me to say that I must say this. So I'm saying it now. I'm done. And I expect my just rewards. I expect basically my divine paycheck. But it's beyond a divine paycheck. It's to start living what I've worked so hard for. I did it for the macro, of course, and I did it for the micro. All right. So I did it for both. For my benefit, the good of my soul, my benefit, my life, for the good of all. So I was like, it is time for me to start living my micro, living my heaven on earth here. So I need you to ante up now. Okay, I put it all into it. Now it's time for my withdrawal. And I made it very clear to Source Creator and to all of them that I feel very disrespected. Not just feel, I have been very disrespected, being after I've done everything I can, especially stopping that FAFA with the whole Rona thing, to be left to wallow in a den filled with sheeple, wolves, and swine. That I'm done. I'm not going to uncover anything or blow anything up. I'm done with that. Completely done. And we have every right to go before God and say these things because I am a child of God, and you have every right to reproach your parent if you feel you have been wronged by them. You have every right to, and it's not say, oh, God is perfect. Yes, God is perfect, but we also have to let God know. And Yeshua told me very clearly, Okay, just say no. Just say enough. You know, you don't know. You no longer want to run that program because it was repeating itself. Like I said, the job I had before the one before this one, I was told you're going to be there for 3 weeks, and then you're going to encounter these people, and then you're going to, you know, release everyone from the binds that they've been held under, the chains of this tyrant. And it was the exact same thing that I experienced in New York. I was there for exactly 3 weeks, and it was the exact same characters. 2 women, one Jamaican, one Italian, and even the ones down here in South Florida were from the same towns as the one from New York were from. And they were the same ages. So it was the same exact program running. I was like, no, 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 no. And this one, you know, and this new job, I was told, okay, that was going to last 3 weeks. You're going to take care of that. You're going to go into this one. You know, it's always a new assignment. You go into this one, and then you go, you know, you'll know when you get there what's going to happen as it evolves. So eventually it evolves into being the whole, you know, FAFA or Rona FA thing. So I'm like, okay, fine. I thwarted that. I'm not going to hang around now. Now it's time. And I got my circuits fried, grounding in that crazy energy. So I'm done. I'm done. Time for me to withdraw. I'm done. Work solely on my macro, on my micro, as the macro evolves. And my micro also includes my loved ones. I said, I didn't do all this. Yeah, great. The macro, everyone, but also my micro as in my bloodline. And then Spirit said, when it comes to your bloodline, are you ready to pull the linchpin on them when it comes to the truth? I said, yeah. As the matriarch, you could be the matriarch or the patriarch, but right now, because of where we are, it is usually the matriarch. But if you're as in presenting biological female, because we hold that energy, we're the ones who are heading up the family when it comes to this evolution of ascension and awakening, and it's up to us. You know, when are we going to pull that linchpin? I pulled the linchpin of truth. I pulled it. And I said, you know what? Time for you guys to understand the truth of the world. It's going to come flooding in on you. I prepared you enough. I'm not taking on any more of that lower energy. I prepared you enough. It's time for you to deal with the truth. So I pulled that linchpin. Now when it comes to the macro, those of us who are the forerunners and the first wavers, as we're standing up and saying, you know what, we're pulling the linchpin on our bloodlines, they have to come into the consensus of, okay, it is time. Because the way it was shown to me when it comes to the Alliance and the Federation, Galactic Federation, it's about saving as many souls as possible. And in my conversation with them last night, I said, listen, it is not possible nor probable to save every single soul on Earth. I know some unicorn, lollipop, and rainbow types actually think that, but no. That is what the threshing floor is all about. You know, separating the wheat and the chaff. That's what it's all about. If you're not ready, you're not ready. And, you know, we have to understand that we've reached that point. So if you want to be a light worker who wants to go off and still deal with that, that's your business. That's completely up to you. It's your choice. It's not a right or wrong choice. It just isn't. It's just a choice. It's a soul choice. But understand that that's your choice, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I get so, I've been getting so foggy, still trying to recover from being fried. So we're at that point. We're at that precipice where we must make that decision as light workers and light warriors. And that is why I'm saying that I no longer identify as a light worker or a light warrior. To me, it was a job title. Just like Sherpa and healer is what I did as a light worker. Then I had my light warrior stint. Okay. I had 2 jobs in one. Many of us do. So I no longer identify as that. I identify as a master builder. And being a master builder, can I still be a healer? Because I will be doing a healing center. Yes. But to me, again, you don't have to resonate. The light worker, light warrior thing, that was for the ascension and the awakening. I have fulfilled that contract. That was phase 1. Phase 2, master builder. You don't have to be a master builder building huge things. Not everyone is meant for that. You don't have to be master builder. What is your next title in phase 2? The golden age. What do you want to do? Are you going to be like the support network? You can be. You know, it's up to you. I just know for sure. I've known. That's why I got a freaking hoodie as a teenager. It said 22, and I didn't even know what 22 meant. I just was like, yeah, that's a powerful number. And I still have it. It says 22 on it. So as that master builder, again, you can have your little practice, or you can have a huge business, you know, that's a structure to change the world. It depends what you're doing. If you're a forerunner, yeah, that's like a natural transition to go into, you know, like myself. So I no longer identify as that. It's like saying I'm a Marine. It's like saying you were a Marine. You're in the Armed Forces or the Air Force, and you're like, yeah, I'm a Marine. But once you retire from the Marines, once you're done, there's some people who can't let go of that. They can't assimilate into a different life. You know, that will happen. This will break some light workers because they identify solely as light workers, and they don't know how to transition into their new role in the golden age. That's the way it's shown to me. So I'm completely transitioning now. I'm not hanging on to light worker, light warrior anymore. Warrior anymore. That's done. I swear to God, this thing affected my speech, being burnt out. I really do. I do feel like I had like a mild stroke and a seizure. I swear to God, that's what it feels like. I'm having a hard time writing. I'm having a hard time, as you can see, talking properly. The vision on the left eye is still an issue. It's weird. And still vortexy. Any which ways. So I want to also share how the astrological events going on right now really support where we are, support us transitioning now, taking off the one hat, putting on the other hat. I suggest going to Molly McCord here. These two videos, I came across these two videos yesterday as a suggestion on my private channel. I was like, oh, and I wasn't going to listen because I try to connect on my own, but then I was guided to listen, and they're so on point. These two videos right here. Going your own way. Oh no, not that one. I'm sorry. The full moon, Leo full moon, stay in heart and power. This one also, that's right. Going your own way with natal Uranus, and she goes through each of the signs, and she does it generally. And the weekly intuitive astrology and energies for January 20 through January 27th. These three videos right here, I highly, highly recommend watching. I haven't watched any others, but these I highly, highly recommend watching. I am going to try to watch the Mercury retrograde one too, but these I highly recommend watching because it's really in tune. It's in sync with what's going on right now, and it really supports. She explains the energies very well. Here's a quick glance. This is the full moon on January 28th on my side of the world. Okay, but it's going to look like this for all of us, of course, all over Earth. It's the full moon in Aquarius. You see all of these. Look at these. How many planetary bodies are like right opposite of the Leo full moon. It's a Leo full moon, and we're in Aquarius season. So right here is the sun, the Leo full moon, and right opposing it right there is the sun in Aquarius. And at 9 degrees, along with the sun in Aquarius, is Jupiter at 9 degrees also. So you have the 9 and the 9, the 99. And you have Saturn at 4 degrees right there on the opposite side. Right there, next to Jupiter. And you have Mercury. And the way it was explained to me in that whole Aquarius thing. So in Aquarius, and there's also some minor also planetary bodies. There's 2 other minor planetary bodies, think Pallas Athena's there also. So these are the major planetary bodies right now in Aquarius. There's 2 minor ones there also. So you have Mercury here at 26 degrees in Aquarius also. And then Mercury is about to go in retrograde at the end of the month. The way it was explained to me by Spirit and by Mercury, because I connect to the planetary bodies, is that the Aquarian energy right here with that full moon opposite of it. I'm sorry, I'm starting to slow down because the energy is getting really heavy on me, having difficulty focusing. The Mercury represents the micro. So all this energy is supporting the micro, and the 99 with the sun and Jupiter, the 99 represents the completion. Okay? So this is representing, the Aquarius is representing the micro, your micro world. And right here, Taurus has Mars and Uranus in it, and this represents what's going on in the macro. So this war and complete overturning, and the Tauran energy represents Earth. I was shown Earth. So what's going on here in Earth is this Uranus Taurus energy, this tower moment going on right now. Okay? I was just told, let it be. Let it play out. It could play out today. It could play out 10 years from now. It should not matter with what's going on in your micro. That depends on whether or not you're choosing to leave the 3D completely. That's another thing. If you're choosing to be a light warrior who stays behind to continue that fight, we already know up here, even though you know the battle's won, you're still choosing. It's not to say you don't know the battle is won. The final battle is complete and won. It's just that you're still choosing to stay down here and help out. I've actually unsubscribed and took out all my alerts to all the Truther and the Anon channels and their websites. I took it all off last night and completed it today. That's how much I've disconnected, because it doesn't matter. It matters, but it doesn't. It doesn't matter to what I'm doing in my micro. They need to work that out. It's going to work out on their own. I already pulled the linchpin for the truth to come pouring out. That's my part of it for my loved ones and for whoever else would be influenced by me. Especially since I'm a forerunner. I did that, and I know I did so much work in the ethereal. I know what I do seriously affects the material and the mic and the macro. So I'm like, yep, I pulled my linchpin. And there's many of us who are pulling our linchpin saying, yep, that's it. So that's up to, it has to be a team consensus. Many of us forerunners are like, okay, that's it. They're going to have to deal with it. However, they're going to have to deal with it. We must go on, right? Sick of the delays. No more delays. We're going to save as many as we can. And if you can't, it's your choice. It's your choice to know the truth at this point. So, there's nothing they can say to me. It's going to change what I'm going to do. And again, I'm working on my micro, and I will fit in where I fit in as things evolve. So this is what's evolving on Earth right now, and this is what's evolving on the micro right now. Our world, our inner world. Because this is the lower mind and you have the higher mind. This is the micro, the macro, Mercury and Uranus. Same energies, just one controls the micro, one controls the macro. That's the way it was shown to me in this instant. You know, they have different roles. So it's not like, oh, this is only it. This is their only jobs as planetary beings. No, it's not. This is just what's going on now. So you have that 99 energy. And then 9 degrees where the sun is. It has to be an opposite. You have 999. Ooh, sorry. And that equals 27. And then you add that, that's another 9. Okay. So you have all that 9 energy. And then over here in Capricorn, you have 25 and 25. You have Venus and it's not Neptune. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm getting really foggy and out of it. I'm so sorry. Okay, guys, you could look at this chart. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen to these videos. I'm really getting vortexy right now. I want to wrap up this video. I have to wrap up this video. I'm getting very, very vortexy. Sorry about it. Losing focus, visual focus too. Alrighty, sorry about that. But any which ways, you got the gist of it. All right. When it comes to my Patreon, I really love the way my Patreon has evolved into a real support mechanism. It is, as I call it, my congregation. It is a congregation. It's those of us of like mind and like spirit coming together and talking. I'm not the only one just leading it. You know, everyone is putting in, helping each other out, giving each other great support. Okay. So feel free to join in on Patreon if you'd like. You know, I'm still going to do it like every Sunday, or if something, you know, major jump or something happens, you know, I'll add an extra day or something like that. We'll do that. But it's been such a great support mechanism for so many. So it's up to you on whether you would like to join or not. Yeah, that's it. It's been a great ride, you know, as a light warrior, but you know, we got our medals. It's time for us to focus on the micro so we could perfect that and know where we're supposed to fit in on the macro level. Okay, but we have to work on the micro level first. And it's up to you and how you want to do it. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. All right, everyone. Namaste. Peace. Don't forget, my blog is still out there. Link in the description. Higher Realm Holistics is still out there with all the webinars and meditations. That's all still there. Okay. So peace. Love you guys. Bye.